Yeah, We Know podcast fans, reach out to us at Yeah We Know Pod or yeahweknowpod@gmail.com. But now, welcome to the Yeah We Know podcast. You're in the ring with Jimmy and Rod. Rod, what are you hot about today?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm hot about today, Jim. We are not a podcast that gives away participation ribbons, okay? We are not the podcast that takes everyone to Dairy Queen for dilly bars, whether we win or lose. So, Montez Ford, my man, I got a couple of bones to pick with you, my friend.
Wow,
right?
You're going hot on Ford?
Oh, yeah, just wait, Jimmy, just wait. Okay, so I pick you to win the Elimination Chamber. You make me look like a fool that you do not win the Elimination Chamber, and you get hurt. And they have to truck your carcass out of the Elimination Chamber. And in the process of trucking your tired bones out of the Elimination Chamber after you choking away and making me look like a fool, mega superstar social media phenomenon Logan Paul sneaks into the ring and gets the sneak attack, my boy, and take a championship away from Seth Rollins. Montez Ford, how dare you? How dare you make me look wrong on a prediction? And how dare you affect my guy, Seth Rollins? Montez Ford, I have no time for you anymore. I was talking you up before Elimination Chamber. Now I have no time for you.
Okay, wow, that's a lot to unpack. But speaking, Rod, of looking like a fool, what better fool to join us today than Chris King from North Carolina? Chris, how are we today, buddy?
Wow, what an entrance.
Oh, wait, we have another fool. Oh, wow, we got four fools. We're kind of merry men, if you will. Cleveland Crippler, how are you, sir?
Yeah, you got the fourth horseman finally riding in.
Let's go. Okay, so Elimination Chamber. We know it is already going to be Wednesday night, Thursday morning before you listen to this, but we had a huge pay-per-view on Saturday. And let's go right to where Rod started off with. I thought Montez Ford did a fantastic job just screwing Rod over left and right during that entire matchup. The men's Elimination Chamber match was high quality. My boy, premium live event Gargano doesn't have the same ring to it as his Johnny Takeover used to, but that's okay. Did a great job in that matchup. Chris King. Now, I know that you really did think that Seth Rollins was going to win that match. You happy Theory won the match, and how do you like it all so far?
I am not happy when Theory wins anything.
I don't think Chris is going to be happy with a lot of things today.
But I will say that men's Elimination Chamber was phenomenal. And I don't care what Rod says. Montez Ford got himself another fan right here. I was not big on him, but he just showed so much phenomenal work inside that ring. In our text thread, there was a comment about how high is he going to go. Well, he went as high as he could in that chamber and then just dropped like a madman. It was phenomenal. And your boy Gargano also impressed well. That's 2 premium live events in a row that he's really put in some work.
Crippler, do you think they did Bronson Reed okay with taking the 3 finishers? I believe there are a couple people said the only way that they can beat him is 3 finishers. Well, they beat him with 3 finishers. Bronson Reed, someone that we haven't seen very much on the main roster, really. How do you think he did in the match?
I think he showed up pretty good. He was, sorry, Rod, you know where I'm going to go with this. He was a good star in NXT. He used to have, good matches there, and now I think with this match, with the chamber match he put on, it's, nowhere to go but further up for him. He's a good wrestler. He puts on good shows, good matches.
It'll be interesting to see where they have him moving forward. So, Rod, we're going to get Austin Theory and we're going to get John Cena wrestling at Wrestlemania. That's going to be your matchup for the United States title. Do you really like a Montez Ford in that spot, or do you think Theory is the one who should be in that spot?
No, I like the U.S. title belt on Montez Ford for a lot of the reasons that I talked about pre-Elimination Chamber. And let me just go ahead and clarify here for one Chris King, my boy down here in North Carolina, who's throwing shade back my way. I'm not being rational here about my hate for Montez Ford. This is all just Seth Rollins related, which is even crazier because the Cleveland Crippler knows this, because I told him under no circumstances that I want Seth Rollins to have the belt around his waist. But then when it looked like he might win the match, I, of course, let my fandom take over, and then Montez Ford screwed him. How long does it take a guy to get out of the ring, Jimmy? Come on, my goodness.
He was concussed, obviously.
Was he?
That was not pre-planned for them to have the door open for some odd reason so Logan Paul could come in. That was not. He was concussed for real.
Oh, sure he was concussed. But honestly, that was a great match. There was a lot of great spots in there. Damian Priest comported himself pretty well. Bronson Reed certainly comported himself pretty well. And Johnny Gargano, premium live event Gargano, that guy just continues to impress. I did nothing but talk mad smack about him because of his stature, but it's beginning to matter even less to me the more I see him on television.
Just wait till your boy Ciampa comes back in DIY from NXT, take another drink, reforms, and they go after some tag team titles. But let's go to the women's.
Ciampa. Jimmy, you had me at Ciampa.
Let's go to the women's elimination chamber. I don't even care about anybody else. Asuka's amazing. I know everyone says she's amazing because she's amazing, and I'm so glad we're getting Bianca Belair and Asuka at WrestleMania. I think that's just going to be one hell of a matchup, Chris King.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait. That's one of my most anticipated matches because I've been a huge Asuka fan since I got back in. She impressed right away. You can see why she was the number one female wrestler in Japan for about a decade before she came to the States. So she is just impressive in that ring. And of course, you got the EST on the other side of that. That is going to be a phenomenal match. And I think they're going to put a hurting on each other. And I hope that they give the belt to Asuka.
Well, Asuka should have won it a few years ago from Charlotte Flair. I lost a bet to my daughter on that one that we won't go into. But Crippler, this kind of shows us where we are in the WWE women's division, that we have an upper tier that's got about 6 to 8 people that are awesome. This match was fine. I just didn't see anything that really pushed it over. I think Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez is about a year away from where they want her to be. What did you think overall of the show, of the matchup here?
I agree with you. It was a good match. All the participants, put on a good show. I agree about Raquel. She's about a year away, maybe a little bit less. I'm happy that Asuka won it. I'm happy that she's going back to her WWE days with that face paint and just destroying everybody. I'm looking forward to that match as well, and I have a feeling that match could steal the show on whatever night it's on.
Yeah, I think that's probably gonna. I think they're gonna put Flair at. See, Flair and Rhea might, Rod, and this is gonna go to you too. Flair and Rhea could close night 1. So then that would make this at night 2. Do you think Flair and Rhea is big enough to close on night 1? Because personally, I'm more interested in the Asuka Bianca match, but I know that might be the minority.
Listen, first off, I want to shout out Mela is money. All right. I can't believe I'm doing it, but she comported herself very well in that women's match. She was the only person that we did not mention by name, and there was a couple of good spots out of her in there. We're getting away from the I'm too beautiful to scrap with people a little bit, and that makes a heck of a lot more sense for a wrestler. So I wanted to shout Mela out there. And let me go ahead and be the wet blanket here a little bit. All right. As much as I love me Bianca, Cena, EST, Belair, all right, and as much as I love Asuka, the new ass kicker, are we entirely sure these two can sell a WrestleMania main event? Asuka can't even speak English, and Bianca Belair's not the greatest on the mic. They didn't even let her talk when she came down to ringside the other night. So, I mean, I don't know how well they're going to be able to sell this match. And sure, Asuka's going to come out and she's going to spit Chris's favorite purple or blue stuff at people, and she's going to dance around and have cat paint on her face. But, I mean, I don't know. Color me a little bit skeptical of this stealing anything away from Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, which quite frankly is so gigantic. It should get its own night. They should have WrestleMania Friday night or just on Monday night where it's just them given an hour to absolutely battle it out in the ring, because Charlotte Flair is the greatest to ever do it. And Rhea Ripley is on the fast track, on the absolute fast track.
Well, I just can't wait till you're happy and everyone else is mad that Charlotte Flair beats Rhea Ripley again for the title at WrestleMania. Let's go.
If she goes back to heel in the process of doing it, I will be happy. I will crow all over everybody when that happens, and everyone can just eat it.
Speaking of Rhea, Rod, Rhea and Beth Phoenix have had this ongoing feud for, it seems like, forever now. And I think that would be a fantastic first opponent for her if she were to win the match. Edge and Beth against Rhea and Finn, I thought overall was very well done. There were a couple spots here and there. But overall, I thought it was a solid matchup and really did a nice job to continue this feud. That, by the way, Rod, will never end.
Yeah, the Judgment Day and Edge will keep battling forever, right? Like we'll have a nuclear holocaust and somehow Finn Balor and Edge will still be fighting about something in the middle of the ring. But
that's season's episode 7 of The Last of Us has that one. Yeah.
There you go. I want to shout out the Mrs. Morgan here. She was excited to finally see the Glamazon, the Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix, get her hands on Rhea Ripley. So seeing Rhea take a little bit of a shot on the outside there at the hands of Beth was nice. But Jimmy, you called this, right? There's no way that Rhea was going to take the pin in that match. So, and then we kind of said that we were going to get this at WrestleMania, but I don't remember if I called that actually Edge and Beth were going to win the match. I don't think I did, even though I said that they were going to turn around and fight at WrestleMania. So
you did call that they were going to win the match.
All right. Well, so then
one of the ones you got right, not many, but one of them.
Even though I predicted it correctly, I still was sort of surprised that they won the match, if that makes any sense.
Chris King, thoughts? I know you're jumping up and down right now, buddy.
How many more matches can we really get out of Edge, though?
17.
You think we can get 17 more?
We're going to get probably 4. I would say 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think I'll be happy. I mean, I guess this is
Chris. I love that you brought that up though, because I'm worried about his Mania opponent. Really, I am. Right? If it's not Finn, then so I guess it's got to be him.
It's got to be Finn. It's going to be Finn.
Right.
I like your Demon Finn thought too. By the way.
Yes. Let's get the Demon. Mark, let's do that. Spread that in Ohio, Mark. We need the Demon coming out for WrestleMania.
What is it? Demon. It's the Demon Flynn and the Brood Edge.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll have to do if he fights in Mania. He definitely got beat up pretty bad on Raw.
Yeah.
That was a good match, though, man. I could have seen a world, too, where they took the belt off of Theory there rolling into Mania. Because why's Cena got to fight him for the belt? Because we know Cena's going to lose if Theory's wearing the belt the same way that Cena lost the reigns. Like, we're not going to have John Cena pop back in and win.
Hey, and
really, Jim, we're not going to do that. They haven't let Lesnar win in that scenario in quite a while.
Crippler, not Fred from Scooby-Doo. You think Demon Finn Balor, not Fred from Scooby-Doo, like you looked at the end of Raw?
It's that whole ascot thing he was wearing just made me think of Gothic Fred from Scooby-Doo. But yeah, I think the Demon needs to come out at Mania against Brood Edge. Go to a dark place.
I like that. Go to a dark place and destroy them. Speaking of dark places, let's talk about Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Here's the thing. Chris technically got this correct.
Wait a minute. I'm going to say that I got this
correct. Just a minute. Bobby Lashley he goes down in the record books as the winner of the match. However, we're going to give this to Rod as well because Rod picked the Schmaz finish because they're going to do it at WrestleMania. And of course, they set up huge on Monday night. It's Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar at Hey, Crippler, why is Bobby Lashley going to fight Bray Wyatt and almost is going to fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Is that actually going to happen, do you think?
I don't think so. I think the whole Omos challenging Brock is a ruse, and I've read some things about it. I think the Hurt Business is coming back to life, and this is how they're going to get Lesnar once and for all against Bobby Lashley at Mania to settle it, and Lesnar's going to unfortunately get his tail handed to him.
Rod, you happy with that?
No, I don't think that I am happy with that. That doesn't sound like a great time to be had by anybody. Frankly, there were some rumors that we might see Lesnar fighting Gunther. So that's, I had my dollars up for that match. Yeah. And clearly we're not going to get that. So maybe we can get Sheamus fighting Gunther at WrestleMania. I don't know. We have no idea what Gunther's card is going to look like at WrestleMania right now. So, but Lashley's got to be a heel, right? As much as I love babyface Bob Lashley, we had a good fun with him there for a little while when he was getting crowd pops. I think the guy's got to be a heel. So I think if he does go back to the Hurt Business, that makes an awful lot of sense. And I don't know. Brock, the whole Brock of it all. I love Brock. Brock gets huge pops. He's a big time star, especially with this man being back running things. You're going to have big stars do big things, but I don't know. I don't know what I do anymore when I hear the Beast Incarnate's music. I just really don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. I don't know. Am I supposed to be scared that he can lay waste to everybody, or is he beatable? I'm real confused with the Beast Incarnate these days, Jim.
Chris, can you help him be unconfused, please? Yes, unconfused.
No, because I'm kind of with him. Listen, Brock's been at enough live events and weekly shows this year that they should have been able to do a lot more with him than just Roman Reigns retread matches and Bobby Lashley retread matches.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, you have a lot of big guys out there, and if Brock's supposed to be a big guy, have him go after Omos earlier. Have him go after the Monster of all monsters earlier. Have him go, up against Bray Wyatt when Bray first came back or something, like him trying to put
have
Bray
Wyatt wrestle somebody. That'd be a good idea. Have Bray Wyatt wrestle somebody.
Yeah, exactly. I think they missed an opportunity with as much as they're getting out of Brock in the past year. They're not moving any kind of story along with him. It's just kind of like retreads, rehash.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they've done with Lesnar, and all his matches are the same too. They're 4 minutes, and they're all finishers, and they're big spots, and you lift a ring up and break it. That's basically what a Brock Lesnar match is.
Mm-hmm.
So again, very solid. I got to give it out to the Montreal crowd too. Friday and Saturday, they were electric both nights because of the next match here, Sami Zayn. So I'm going to take.
Well, wait a minute. Speaking of the Montreal crowd, Jimmy, we want to talk one thing real quick. This has got to be mentioned here, all right? And I'm going to say, if you got little ones in the car here right now, earmuffs them for just a second, because I don't normally do this, but it's got to be.
Your hands off the wheel. Put the earmuffs on. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
It's got to be brought up here that the biggest heel in all of sports entertainment right now, absolutely hands down, has to be Dominic Mysterio, who got 3 different F you Dominic chants and did not even wrestle. Okay. They started 3 fuck you Dominic chants while he was just hanging around the outside of the ring during that mixed tag team match. My God, the heat that guy gets because he was incarcerated, Jim. It's not fair. It's not fair what they do to him. They're stereotyping him because he was incarcerated.
It's not, Crippler here. You're someone who can speak to this. Doing hard time sucks, doesn't it? Especially for like an hour.
Yeah. Not
saying that you've been in jail before.
No. I've worked at them. I put people in them now. So yeah, no, doing hard time for an hour does not make you a hardened criminal. The fact that he has a teardrop on his face
is the greatest thing ever.
It's to me, it's like, you've got to be kidding me, but it's also funny in the same thing. It's like, seriously, dude, do you really know what that is? But it is funny because Rod's right. 3 FU chants and he didn't wrestle. Roman got 3 and he was wrestling, but to get 3 and it was audible.
Oh yeah,
and Roman has people that cheer for him. Nobody cheers for Dominic Mysterio.
No, nobody.
No.
So all right,
it's one of the best things they've done in the WWE past year is really turn him into this heel that everyone loves to hate, and that's great because you need that in the WWE. And they've done a phenomenal job with that character. Because before they did that, I was like, why is he even in the business?
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the matchup that everyone's talking about here. Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns obviously wins with a lot of interference. I'm gonna take this standpoint. So when Reigns and McIntyre were fighting, we said they have an opportunity to do something that they don't have an opportunity to do very often, and that's put somebody over, and the crowd will go ballistic, and everything will be fantastic. They didn't do it. They had another opportunity that came up very quickly to have Sami Zayn win, the crowd go ballistic, and everyone be happy. They didn't do it. They're going to have another opportunity to do that at Mania. We think they're going to do it. But my thing is, Mania is already basically sold out. It's free to watch on Peacock. There's literally no reason why you couldn't have done it other than the fact, in my opinion, you don't want to end the streak at the Elimination Chamber. You want to end it at WrestleMania. And that's kind of where I come down on it. It sucks, but Reigns got the win there. Crippler, I know before we even started this, you said I'm hot. Let's talk about this. What were your thoughts on the match itself and how the ending came about?
I thought this was one of the better Roman Reigns matches he's had in a little bit. Because some of his previous matches were, yeah, he'd fight, he'd get beat up, he'd fight again, and then, pick which member of the bloodline was going to come in and start interfering. This match was clean. You knew someone was going to come in at some point. I was very happy with it. The ending, I thought, I didn't think they were going to give Sammy the title because I thought they'd make more money at Mania with Cody. But, I was very pleased with it. Really pleased with it.
Okay, so you enjoyed that. Chris King, I know that you're angry.
Listen, the Crippler's right. It was a very great match. It was a good match, and I think it was one of the better Roman Reigns matches in the past year. However, that's mainly because I was actually emotionally invested in this match. I have not been emotionally invested in the Brock Lesnar matches with Roman Reigns over the past year. Really haven't been, because I know Roman's going to win. The only time I really had doubt was at Clash at the Castle. But when this match ended, you could tell it was the wrong move by the reaction of the crowd. It was dead silent.
Yeah, yep.
There was nothing. Everyone was shocked. They were upset to be there. I mean, there was nothing. Even though you get KO coming in and getting a little bit of retribution and there's a little bit of pop, that would be nothing compared to like if Sammy lifted up the belt at the end of that match. That crowd would have erupted. It would have blew the roof off. There would have been a party in Montreal for 3 days. They took the air out of that crowd. They took the air out of the fans of WWE, in my opinion. I think it was the wrong move.
All right. Our cleanup hitter, Rod Morgan. Tell us.
Listen, let me just go ahead and be the first to come out right now and say that I'm not really excited about Montreal, Quebec, Canadian speaking for me. So let's go ahead and slow down on making the folks that were at the crowd there at the Elimination Chamber in Montreal representing the entire WWE universe. All right. Because I have a feeling there's some dudes in the heartland of America that maybe don't think the same way that everybody in that crowd was cheering. All right. So let's just calm down there. And we talked about this a little bit when we were at Clash of the Castle, Chris. Okay. Are we telling a story? Are we predetermining an outcome to then predetermine other outcomes in the future? Or are we just trying to make people who paid tickets happy? Which are we doing, right? Which are we doing?
How about we try to grow a worldwide brand and embrace these characters that we've developed and have a big following, and we could really push them over and even create more fans across the world. These are 2 international wrestlers that had 2 different opportunities in the past year, and the WWE said no, what we think is more important than what the fans want and maybe what the fans deserve.
It's a strong point.
Grow that worldwide brand. And they can do it again by Asuka beating the EST.
Okay, well, that's ridiculous that you just try to throw that on the end of there. But let me drill down here. All right, let me drill down here on what exactly you're saying. So, are you trying to say right now that people who were in person at the Elimination Chamber in Montreal walked out of there and were like, "Fuck this, man! I'm not watching the WWE ever again. This is bullshit, dude. I had my plane tickets in my hotel for WrestleMania, but I'm not going now." What are we talking about here?
Here's what I'm talking about is the next time there's a WrestleMania in whatever city, wherever, if there is a hometown hero in the WWE that gets a big match that's going to be at that live pay-per-view event or that premium live event in that city, and they get a big match, those fans may not want to go because they like the WWE's not going to recognize him. They're not going to
read
let
your
him
history
win.
books, Chris. You're older than all of us on this podcast. Dudes always get squashed in their hometown. That's the way it goes down in professional wrestling. Edge is from Ottawa, and he got his ass handed to him last night on Raw.
If Vince McMahon was still in charge, it would have been a 2-minute match, and Reigns would have killed Sami Zayn. So let's just pump the brakes on that one a little bit, Chris. But I understand what you're saying, where sometimes you want the really good story to end, but again, is that a place at a secondary pay-per-view? The place to do it.
It's not the best story. We're gonna list the heavy hitters that Roman Reigns has fought on this streak, and then we're gonna say that the streak ended with Sami Zayn. Come on, man. As much as I love Sami Zayn, and as much as I want to root for the plucky underdog too, give me a friggin' break, man. Sami Zayn's not gonna be the dude that's gonna take down this streak. He's just not.
Yeah, and he wasn't, Crippler. It's probably going to be Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Do you think that is a good time? Do you think he is the right person to then take the belt moving forward?
Yeah. I like it because it completes Cody's story, his reason for coming back. I think that, like it was said earlier, they had chances to do it for Drew McIntyre. They had chances to do it for Lesnar. They had chances to do it for Sammy, and they dropped the ball. With Cody Rhodes at Mania, I think it's the right time. I think the fans are starting to, I think the bloodline is coming down off its peak. I think the fans are like, okay, they may still mostly cheer for Roman, but they're kind of tired of possibly tired with all the stuff. So it's like, because if you notice in that match, there were a few Roman sucks chants, and I don't recall those being there recently in some of his other matches.
Sure. So Reigns, Rhodes, Mania, that's going to be your night 2 main event. And then obviously after this pay-per-view and after Raw, they've got 6 weeks. So Sammy and Kevin will get back together. They're going to go against the Usos. Chris King, I really think I agree with Crippler here that Mania is going to be the end of the bloodline, where Roman's going to take some time off afterwards. The Usos are going to lose those tag team championships.
Yeah. Are we sure we're still going to see KO and Sammy?
I think so. I think that'll.
Yeah, happen. I mean, it was a weird little thing they did.
6 weeks. They've got 6 weeks to patch up. I'm not that.
So
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, listen, I'm really excited for Mania, and the biggest reason is to watch Roman lose. And no longer be head of the table. The bloodline be fractured. Brother against brother, cousin versus cousin. No more bloodline. You like to see people climb all the way to the top, and then you want to see them fall. That's the American way.
Okay, so we've talked about Brock and Omos, Bray Wyatt, Bobby Lashley, and Theory and Cena already. Rod, I want to go to you. I've already talked about the women's matches as well. Another women's match that looks like it's going to happen is going to be the Party Crashers against Becky, Lita, and let me look. There's got to be some other woman. Trish Stratus probably going to happen there. Any interest in that match whatsoever? Is that just going to be a fun little 8 to 12 minute filler? Rod, I think you might be muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zero interest in that match. Zero interest in that match. All right. I'm as nostalgic as the next guy, but I do not like what we're doing with my girl Becky Lynch. If we have to truck back to Hall of Famers to be her partners to team up against the Party Crashers that is Bayley and her crew.
Do you think it would be just cool to have Bayley and Becky just have one? I mean, this is your match. 1-on-1. Do whatever you can for 15 minutes. Go.
I like put them in a last man standing match or something like that, man. Like let these two just go at it. You know what I mean? We're going to have some match. You guys have talked about it a little bit already here. We're going to have some match that eats up some clock on one of these nights, right? Why not have that be the match? So yeah, I don't like where we're going. What if they take the belts from them when Lita and Becky fight? What is it, next Monday on Raw? They're fighting for the belts?
Yeah, good.
Man, what if they just take it from them then?
Well,
the women's tag team belts is such a joke.
Yeah, because you made something and never thought about An Intercontinental belt would be fantastic. You got a lot of women that could fight for that belt. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Crippler, real quick.
I think the possibility of them dropping the titles on Monday next week is very real, because I also, deep down, I believe that at Mania we're going to see 2 of the 4 horsewomen come back and just kill everyone in the tag team division, and I'm talking about Rousey and Baszler.
Okay. All right. Well, you think that might happen at Mania, which it
Sorry,
could,
Rod.
and that might be a little bit more. Rodney, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul. You hate Logan Paul, don't you? He took the U.S. title out of the grasp of your boy.
I mean, I get it. You know, if you're going to not be fighting for a belt, which clearly Seth is not in line to fight for a belt right now, and as sad as that makes me every day that I wake up and tackle this cruel world, I just have to deal with it. So if I'm going to have Seth do something else that's got a little bit of pop, a little bit of notoriety, why not have him fight Logan Paul? The guy could put on a pretty good match. It should be cool, I guess. But, man, it'd be so much cooler if Seth was fighting for a belt that mattered.
How about this for a matchup at Mania? Rey Mysterio versus his son Dominic. They're ever going to do it, this has to be the year to do it. And I think that place is going to go crazy, Chris King, if that happens.
Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't love to watch a father beat up their their
let's go.
immature, reckless, ignorant, disrespectful. Just put Dominique in his place.
See, Dominic gets so much heat. Look at the heat he just drew on this podcast. He gets so much heat,
right? He does, right? And that's why it's great what the WWE's done with him. So yeah, if they are gonna make that match happen, let Ray beat the crap out of them until somebody from Judgment Day shows up and then beats up on Ray.
And then finally, Crippler, I think this matchup is right down your alley. What about a Gunther versus Drew McIntyre and maybe even Sheamus in a 3-way dance there for the Intercontinental title?
Oh, I would love that, because
he needs a minute, folks.
Just to quote good old JR, that would be a slobber knocker.
Rod, I feel like I gave you a lot of matches you're not happy about. How about this one?
Hey, listen, the quoting our guy, Big E, shout out Big E. We'd still love for you to come back to the WWE, but nothing like big, meaty men slapping meat, right? I mean, let's get after it with those 3.
Yes, that too.
Let's get after it with those 3. Why not? Listen, I love a good triple threat match. That would be absolutely cool. Let's do it. But again, we need to figure out that it's okay for Brock to not wrestle anymore. And maybe Roman does need to take some time off, because we got so many other guys that I would like to see involved in some matches that matter. And we're scraping by trying to have him wrestle with Mr. SmackDown Gunther here.
All right. Well, that will do it for the Elimination Chamber review and an early WrestleMania preview on the Yeah We Know podcast. Just for the record, we want to get everything in the record books. Wu-Tang was 1-4 on that show. Shocking.
Thank God.
I was 4-1 on the show. Shocking. Rod was 3-2. Chris King was 3-2, and the Crippler was also 3-2. So we all kind of know a little bit on that. So with that being said, Chris King, thank you very much for joining us. Crippler, thank you very much for joining us as well. And with that, this has been the Yeah We Know podcast, part of the More You Knows podcasting network. You're in the ring with Jimmy and Rod.
Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and get on the record early here with something, right? A groundswell that I think you're going to start hearing a little bit of, right? We are being absolutely force-fed Cody Rhodes with a funnel, ladies and gentlemen. So soup it up. Love it, because I got a feeling pretty soon after Mania, it's going to turn old golden boy Cody.